Do you return gifts? The week after Christmas is one of the busiest times of year for returns, so let's talk about returns. How do you guys handle returns? Do you return things? How do you get rid of unwanted gifts? Also, returns. I've said returns a lot. So let's talk about returns. Louis, why don't you start talking about returns?
I always do returns. Always, always, always.
Like on everything, even things you want?
Even things I want, I return them. Like, no, returning it.
I'd rather have the cash.
No, I mean, like, I always feel guilty during returns because, like, you know, whether it's a birthday or like during the holidays or Christmas, you know, someone took the time to give me this gift. But the way I see it, it's like, you know what? If I'm not going to use it and it's going to sit in the closet or it doesn't fit or whatever it might be, then that's them wasting money. So why don't I get the most for their money by returning it, getting the store
Most
credit
of their
or
money
whatnot.
by getting money back from it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I do this with clothes all the time. Like, my parents will get me clothes that stuff that I don't necessarily like. So I'll just return it to the store. If it's a store that I like, I'll keep the credit. If it's a store I don't like, I'll get the credit via a gift card, and then I'll sell that gift card for a store that I do want, or just for cash.
Wow.
So, like, you sell the gift card online in one of like those gift card trading
Yeah,
things?
exactly. I do that. Yeah, I usually do that multiple times, actually.
Really?
Wow.
I've
You
never met
lose-
someone that did that. That's amazing.
You lose a little bit. Like, let's say if it's like let's say it's a $50 gift card, you might get maybe 43, 44.
Still, $40 or $43 to a store you want to shop at, as opposed to
Right.
$50
It's $43. It's $43 that I didn't have before.
Right.
You know?
Sure. Dan, what do you do? Do you do anything this?
This year I have not. Everybody was actually very thoughtful and got me everything that I wanted, but I
Cash.
have. Yeah. You can't return. Well, I guess you can return cash, but we usually
The
call
bank
it
will
taxes.
gladly take it.
Yes. This year is fine. I have in the past returned stuff. I mean, you know, if I get that, like a Precious Moments figurine from a family member that, for whatever reason, thinks I collect them, oh yeah, those are going back totally. But for the most part, I'm pretty good about re-gifting. It's almost like recycling for me. Like, I'll rewrap up the stuffed ferret and send it to someone else.
See, that's amazing. Like I've never taken the time to do like an in-store return or
What?
Yeah, to me, I always thought the hassle of it would just be too great. Like, why am I going to go and like argue with these people over whatever the return is? My route that I usually go is if I get something that I don't really want or something that I thought I wanted that I like turns out I don't really want to use this. I'll put it up on half.com, especially if it's like a book or a movie or DVD or something like a CD or something like that. That's what I do. I get like money back that way. I never think like I have friends that will take a book that they don't know where they got it from and just go to Barnes and Noble and be like, "Oh, I think I got this here," and then they get a credit to Barnes and Noble. Like I could never do that. I could never do that.
Why? Why couldn't you do that?
I don't know. Laziness, maybe?
It's not a hassle at all. I mean, like, I'm guessing the first week of January is going to be very busy with people exchanging sweaters, exchanging for different sizes. So, you might not want to do it the first week of January, but the second, third week later on, it's easy. I mean, like, pick the cashier that's emptiest or that has the shortest line, and it's not a hassle whatsoever. All they do is scan the receipt, the gift receipt, and you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
See, but I'm worried that I won't have the receipt. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm the kind of guy who will fold under pressure as well. Like, if the Barnes and Noble person is like, "Did you really get this here?" I'd be like, "No, I'm sorry, I didn't." And I just
I lied.
"Oh my God, arrest me. So, but that said, anything that I get from Amazon that I buy like for myself as a gift, I'll return that because Amazon just takes returns left and right. Like, they work in too much volume to investigate everything, So you can return anything to Amazon with no questions asked.
Now I've heard that Nordstrom does that as well. That it doesn't matter what you bought, like a set of tires. Like if you bring it back to Nordstrom, they'll take it. I've heard they have one of the most liberal return policies ever.
Does Nordstrom sell tires?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like their customer service is so over the top. It's like, oh sure, yes, we'll give you store credit for those.
That's funny. Yeah, and the only downside to all these returns, though, especially to something like Amazon, is that since they have such like a hands-off policy on it, we have been receiving things that we buy from Amazon that clearly someone has returned that they just put on the shelf to send back out. So that's like a real downside to returning. For me, is that like my wife got a pair of sneakers that were like all scuffed up on the side, and what must have happened is someone received them, wore them, and then said to Amazon like, oh, I need to return these. Oh, they're fine, they're just the wrong size or whatever. They put them up on the shelf so that when the next person ordered, it came back to us.
Really? That's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It is. Something like that happened to me over the summer. I think I bought a wallet or something like that on Amazon, and when I got it, just the minute I opened the box, it reeked. It reeked of fish, dead fish. And then when I actually took it out, it was oily. I instantly put it right back in and sent it. I mean, Amazon was great with the return and with crediting me back, but it was oily and reeked of fish, so I just sent it right back.
Well, that's what you get for buying one of those diver's watches.
With a real fish band on
Exactly.
it. The other downside to returns around this time of year, for me at least, is that I tend to do my holiday shopping really early, and a lot of stores have like 30-day return policies, so that by the time I give the gift on Christmas, the 30 days have already passed.
Oh.
So like sometimes returns are a bit of a hassle because you have to contact the people and be like, I know I bought it, but it was a gift, and a lot of times they make exceptions for you, but that's something you have to like really think about. So I'm really being punished for being good about my holiday shopping and buying early. So lazy people get away with that, and I don't.
Well, now I'm all paranoid now. If I order beef jerky from Amazon, I'm going to have to check for teeth marks.
Exactly. They could have just simply returned that, or if it was held with 30 days, I don't know. Well, that's our 2 cents. What's yours? Do you return things? How do you get rid of unwanted gifts? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. For DealNews.com, along with Dan Ledbetter and Luis Ramirez, I'm Jeff Summergy. Goodbye.